Today we have with us Dr. Aina from Biochemistry and Nutrition. The parent of Biochemistry and Nutrition. I'll leave him to further introduce himself and his colleagues and tell us, share with us what they've been doing in NIMR. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir, the DJ, directors, my colleagues, and gentlemen of the press. My name is Dr. Aina. I'm a pharmacologist and also a myriologist. I'm a deputy director of research at the Department of Biochemistry and Nutrition Department, and also the head of the Center for Research in Traditional, Complementary and Alternative Medicine. Here beside me is Ms. Toyin Awuderu. She's also a research fellow in the Department of Microbiology. And we have Dr. Adekola on the far left there. He's from the Department of Medical Biology and Biotechnology. So I'm here this morning to talk about the activities at the Center for Research in Traditional, Complementary and Alternative Medicine. The center was actually established in 2017 when we discovered that a lot of herbal products are in the market. And of course, we can't prevent people from taking the herbal products. But it was said that, okay, fine, if you can't prevent them from taking the herbal product, why not make sure that what they are taking is safe? And that's why they brought out this center that we should try and do a safety profile for most of the herbal products that we have around, especially in Lagos. So, but according to WHO, they say that traditional medicine, herbal product, or plant-based product should be tested before it is made public. So that's what we are trying to do here. But before I start, I want to, first of all, tell us some terminology, which is one, traditional medicine. Traditional medicine refers to knowledge, skill, practices based on theories, belief, and experiences indigenous to different cultures, used in maintenance of health and in prevention, diagnosis, improvement, or treatment of physical and mental illnesses. And we also have what we call complementary and alternative medicine. This actually refers to a wide range of healthcare practices, therapies that are not considered part of conventional or orthodox medicine. And these two can actually be used in conjunction with traditional, the conventional medicine or the orthodox medicine, while one of them is not. One is used in combination with the traditional, conventional or orthodox medicine. It's called complementary medicine. While when it's used alone, it's called alternative medicine. But here we're going to actually, we have so many of them, but we're going to deal with the herbal therapy there. So we say, what is herbal therapy? Herbal therapy is the use of medicinal plant as therapeutic agent by herbalists to treat various ailments. When I mention herbalists here, what I mean herbalists is those people that use plants for therapeutic agents and use for other things. We all are herbalists here because we must have taken one herbs or the other. So that's what we meant by herbalists. Medicinal plants are actually species of plants whose parts are used, including we can use the leaf, the flower, we can also use the root, bark, fruit, and of course the stem that are used to prevent or treat conditions of diseases. Now, what we do at this center is once they bring their product, we do what we call safety profile by doing what we call toxicity study. And toxicity study is meant that it's a study to actually investigate the potential toxic effect, the characteristics or adverse effect of a product or substance on specific organ or body components. And this toxicity study includes, we have the acute toxicity study, we have the subacute, we have the subchronic, we have the chronic, and of course, we have the multi-generational toxicity study. But here we're actually going to deal with both the acute and toxicity study, because that's what we use. That's what we do at the center. Now, at the beginning, since the beginning of this center, we have actually screened or worked on about 46 herbal products here in NIMR. Actually, we evaluated them for safety profile. And they include herbal drugs, supplements, painkillers, herbal therapy, antiretroviral herbal drug, anti-COVID herbal product. We also have Veritidine, it's an anti-COVID herbal product. We've evaluated Aina mycociliary gel, and of course, we also have evaluated anti-counterfeit microtracer for tablets, and of course, we also have evaluated products for prostate enlargement, prostate cancer, and arthritis. So we have some of these products that we have done. Just include just a few of them. They include Divine Herbal Air Medicine, Campe Bitters, Herbal Rheumatics capsule, Herbal Impure Blood capsule. We have Malaria and Typhoid Fever Herbal, Mujaga Herbal Remedy, and of course, Herbal. On all these ones I've mentioned, what we actually did to them was what we call toxicity study. And what do I mean by toxicity study? Toxicity study is a study in which just a dose of the compound is given to the animal, because we use animal model for this. A dose is given at various concentrations. And of course, once that dose is given to them, the animals are monitored every hour for 4 hours, thereafter every 24 hours for 14 days. Then on the 15th day, the animals are utilized. After that, the organs are collected, which include the heart, the liver, the lungs, and the kidney for histopathological analysis to see if there's any effect on them. So we did that. And also, we carried out some acute toxicity study. Acute toxicity study is a repeated dose on the animals of particular compound of herbal product. We administer it every day for 28 days to see what effect will be for a long time. And after the 28 days, on the 29th day, the animals are also utilized, and then the organs are harvested for the histopathological analysis. For those ones that we have done for sub-acute toxicity study, include the COVID organic, Madagascar anti-COVID tea break, herbal tea. If you remember, in those about 2020 or 2001, when Madagascar said they produced anti-COVID tea, and they brought some to Nigeria, the minister sent it back to us that we should try and evaluate it, and we did the evaluation for that tea there. We also did for Campe Bitters, Benonian antiviral herbs, and also the vaginal mycociliary gel for HIV prevention, which was actually produced by Dr. Ekama in NIMR here. We also did some about that for secret tracer. I haven't done that. So what we do for this, for the herbal practitioner is, once they bring the product to us, we ask them what they actually want to do. Is it just safety profile? So if they say yes, sir, we do that for them. But if they say they want to do the safety profile and also the efficacy study, you can see. So they want to see the efficacy. They want to see whether the herbal products actually cure the disease they are meant for. So after the acute toxicity study has been done, we normally give them the report, and of course some of them take it to NAFDA for registration. But if they say they want to do the efficacy study, we collect the sample, especially for anti-malaria, because I'm into malaria studies. So we collect the sample for them. First of all, screen it, whether there's any anti-malaria in the product, by using the gas chromatographic mass spectrometry to screen if there's any anti-malaria inputted into the sample before we go ahead. So after screening, if there's no anti-malaria there, then we now get to the, we use the animal model. In NIMR, we have a rodent malaria parasite, which is called Plasmodium beggai. So that's what we use. We inject the animal with the anti-malaria and with the parasites, and then we wait for 2 hours before we start administering the extract for 4 days. This is what we call 4-day suppressive test. We want to see whether the compound will suppress the growth of the parasite. And of course, we have a control. the parasite we're talking about is actually a chloroquine sensitive parasite. So what we use as a control is chloroquine, although we know that chloroquine is not a first-line drug for malaria any longer. But since the parasite is chloroquine sensitive, that's what we use as a control. So we do the study. On the 5th day, we now mix maize to see whether the parasite is there or not, or it has cleared. But most of the ones we have done so far, most of it don't clear the parasite from their system. They just suppress, they don't clear it, unlike chloroquine that clears the parasite. So concerning the efficacy study, we have what we call preclinical and clinical studies. We actually deal with preclinicals because that's when it hasn't been administered to anybody. So in preclinical study, we want to see what the effect of the product will be, and that's what I just explained concerning any Herbal product that say they have any anti-malaria activity. That's what we do as preclinical screening. And so for the preclinical screening, we dealt with about 4 of them or more. We have the Nishola medical for treating malaria, yo-yo bitters, tamidine, and Ruza bitters. All these ones were claimed to be able to cure malaria, but we tested them and we didn't find that they are effective for clearing the parasite from the system. So we also have what we call, we also did at that center what we call proof of concept. Proof of concept is getting about 5 to 10 participants to actually try this extract on them if they are going to cure what they said is going to cure. We've carried out 1 or 2 in this in the center. The very first one that we did was Vericidin, produced by Ape Babalola University at Ekiti. They brought their samples, we did a preclinical study for them too. And of course, the human clinical aspect was done in clinical sciences of this institute. Recently, we also have an herbal product called Dempsey for prostate cancer, for prostate enlargement and arthritis. So we did a proof of concept for them. And of course, we monitored the participant for 4 months, and at the end of the day, well, the result is still pending, which we still want to do another set of tests for it to actually confirm what we got. So, what are the major contributions of the center during this COVID-19 pandemic? During the COVID-19 pandemic, I said that we carried out a preclinical study on this on the COVID organic to look at the safety of COVID, whether it can take care of COVID. At this center, we also carried out a preclinical study on the open label randomization clinical trial of safety and efficacy of hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine phosphate for treatment of COVID patients then, 2020. But we found out that there was actually no difference between using the chloroquine and the normal treatment that they gave to them. We also tried to elicit an immune response from the COVID spike protein. Then it was produced, but when we tried it in rabbit, it didn't actually bring out expected immune response. So it was said that they need to go back to the lab to produce more of the protein. In this center, we also maintain what we call the rodent malaria parasite, Plasmodium beggar, which people come from all over Nigeria to collect from us so that they can carry out any screening and anti-malaria product. At this center, we have published about 15 publications in peer-reviewed journals, and of course, about 7 conference papers. So, what are the challenges at this center? 1, we need more laboratory equipment, which this is actually trying to get for us. Insufficient availability of standard anti-malaria housing facility, especially the cages for keeping the animals. and of course inadequate funding. Also, for capacity building, at this center, for the past years, we've trained over 500 industrial students, because they normally come from industrial attachment here. We've gone through the center, and of course, they do. Some of the students from the university, they come for their project, and about 1,150 project students have gone through this center. And also we have interns, those people that have completed their NYSC and yet to get something to do. They come here for practical experience. About 50 of them have gone through this center, and we also have about 8 PhD students that have also gone through this center. And we also have MOUs with some universities and some individuals. Herbal University of Ekiti, University of Lagos, Lagos State University, University of Ibadan, University of Benin, Past Herbal Laboratory, and of course, Nigerian Council of Physicians of Natural Medicine. We have a collaboration with them.
I've observed and the request of Nigerians, it's not everybody that is prone to malaria. It's not everybody that has malaria, people that have malaria. So what's susceptible to this kind of research? And for the herbal mixtures, is there a prescription or is there a measurement for how it's been taken by Nigerians or whoever is taking it? Thank you.
One more question, sir. I believe NIMR stands as an authority in the field of health in Nigeria. And when we talk about herbal supplements and medicine, most average Nigerians subscribe to that kind of medication. So then they take it mostly from roadside vendors, those ones that tie it up in nylon. What are the measures taken in checking the safety of those roadside herbal supplements?
Especially as mentioned most of the thing. Like I said, most of the herbal products that we tested against malaria, none of them cured the malaria. We have not seen anyone that's actually cleared the parasite from the system of the animals. We haven't, since we've been working. For the safety efficacy, like I said, there's nothing we can do to people taking these herbs. And that's why I said in my opening presentation, I said we cannot prevent them from taking it. But the only thing we can do is to make sure what they are taking is safe for them to take. So there's no way we can prevent them from taking these herbs. From the benefit of safety profile, definitely. The benefit of safety profile is for them not to be harmed. So it needs to be proven that this thing is safe for consumption before they can. We are not talking about the efficacy. It's just safety. So.
30% compared to 100%. Now, just thinking, do you have any advice for how what they need to put in this drug?
No. It's actually there's nothing you can point to it. It's actually not working. That's what the report is. It's actually not working.
Maybe we add that for any Western medicine that comes out, 100 have failed.
Exactly.
You know we are not patient. For any drug you see coming out today, there's hundreds that have been tested. You know when you say we are doing animal studies, 200 who have failed in animal study. Maybe out of 200 you brought out, only 1 or 10 will move from animal study to phase 1. By the time you are doing phase 1, almost 80% of them will have dropped, and then you move to phase 2. So a lot of them, clinical trial is actually the graveyard of products in pipeline. And that's why you see when new drug comes out, the cost is so much because they are trying to recover their investment in all those products that fail. But granted over time, they usually give about 5 years for them to recover. After 5 years, other people start producing. But what happens in our environment, not only Nigeria, in Africa, is that people just want to make profits today, even when they are not sure. And they don't want to go through the record you require to ensure that what you're giving people is actually safe. Yeah. So any drug that fails, herbal product that fails, it failed. The person should go back. That's how you keep another. And the other thing about herbal product, there are too many ingredients.
Yeah.
You don't always think that one herbal drug will contain only one chemical.
Yes,
That herbal drug you are collecting, that plant you are collecting might contain several. But what the Western medicine does, if you identify that active ingredient, it puts it in the herbs and they produce them by biotechnology. So they don't have to go and kill all the trees and roots. Imagine if you say a herb works, what will happen to the plants and forest? For you to produce that herb that will treat the whole Nigeria, that means the whole forest. The whole forest have actually finished. But the Western medicine will just identify that chemical and they use biotechnology to produce more. So they don't have to go and kill all the trees.
Okay, thank you. Someone asked for, is everybody susceptible to malaria? Yes, everybody is susceptible to malaria, but we in this part of the world, we are semi-immune. We must have had one bout of malaria or the other throughout our lifetime, so we are semi-immune. But the study that we carried out, that we find out that in urban areas, the prevalence of malaria has gone down so much due to most of the interventions. But in urban area, they still have a lot of prevalence of malaria there. But in rural area, there's still prevalence of malaria over there. But in urban, prevalence of malaria has really, really gone down. The last question, roadside herbal producer, what can we do to them? Like I said, there's nothing we can do to them. We can't ask them, there's no way we can tell them not to take these products they're taking. But what we can do is for us to make sure if they bring in their product, we do a safety profile for them and ask them, tell them it is safe or it's not safe. Thank you. That was answer.
The gentleman's question.
Okay, sorry. Is the center collaborating with NAFDAC, which gives NAFDAC an approval to herbal drugs after carrying out the tests on the herbal product? So like what we said, we only do safety profile for them. And of course, we tell them that this product is safe. Then they take it to NAFDAC for approval if they give it to them. So that's what we do. We're not just talking. Because most people, what they do is once they feel stress or they have headache or fever, they feel it's malaria. Okay? The only thing that you can be sure that you have malaria is through a test that you see the parasite in the system. That's the only way you can test that you have malaria. Concerning this herbal product, like I said, the ones we have done scientifically all throughout, almost 20 years that I'm doing this thing, I've not seen anyone that is as effective as the current anti-malaria we are using in the country. We haven't. But we are still hoping we're going to see. We are hoping. But yet we haven't seen anyone so far. So all these other products, they are saying it cures malaria. They should tell them to bring it for us. Let's do an efficacy study on it. And we'll be able to tell them that is it working or not. Like I told you, for now, we haven't seen anyone.
Then the ones you worked on, they are safe, people can still
Yes,
take
they are safe, but they are not effective. That's what.
Why are you taking something like
So what's Okay, sir, I was just wondering, since you said they are safe, the ones you've tested so far, they are safe to be taken. So I'm now trying to find the
No, he said it's safe. He said it should be taken.
Okay.
He tested in the lab and said it's safe. Why are you taking something that is not efficacious?
But the same thing applies to NAFDAC. They will register the product and say because it is safe and they register it. They are not saying
No, what they register, ask someone from now, what they say is they are registering it. They didn't say go and take it. Their job is to say it's something safe.
Okay, sir. If it's safe, so what is the relationship between taking herbal remedies and liver kidney challenges? That's another issue.
What I'm saying, I'm not speaking for that. What I'm saying, that if somebody says something, is like if you send me water, I'll look for contaminants in that water. If I don't see, I say there's no contaminants. That stops there. But I'm not telling you to go and take it. If I taste a herb, I say this herb is safe. I didn't say you should go and take the herb. But I'm telling you that I'll register it.
Can we then talk about maybe caution? That
Yeah,
we
so-
should be mindful, we should be careful.
That's what we're trying to
Not
say.
Just everything we take.
That's what we're trying to say. That we haven't seen anyone that's efficacious. People, even if we tell people that this thing is not efficacious, they will still go ahead and take it. They said our forefathers have been using it. They will still go ahead. So we need to tell them that the fact that it's safe doesn't mean they should take it. Okay? So let's put out to the public. The toxicity study is just one dose of the extract that we give the animals as various concentration. Okay? We monitor them every hour for 4 hours. Then every day, every 24 hours for 14 days. Then on the 15th day, we utilize them, that is, we sacrifice them. We are not supposed to say sacrifice, utilize them and collect their organs and take it for pathological analysis. And I said we normally take the heart, the lungs, the liver, the kidney. So, is the pathologist now give us the result. They saw something here, they saw something here, they saw something here, they send the report to us. And then we now look at it and then send the report to whoever brought the sample to us. And of course, we normally have controls, those that will not give anything. And of course, most of the time, the controls are always very clean, with nothing in them.